Welcome back, sports fans, to Unseen Sports TV and El Futuro Sports TV, your favorite place to be for all updates and local and international sports. But today, we're going to dive into the Jamaica DaCosta Cup and the Manning Cup football ISA competition that is keeping right now in the land of wood and water. The quarterfinals are done and dusted, and we now know the semifinalists for both competition from big wins to shocking upsets. Let's break it all down. And in studio beside me, we have Cabby Meeks. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. It's very exciting this season. We have some surprises. Let's just go into it and give the fans the heads up as to what is happening. Let's start with the DaCosta Cup. In the DaCosta Cup, we have incredible performances right throughout. The last round, that we had some emergency of excitement and we had some surprise packages. Two surprises for me unseen is the Ocherias High School and McGrath High School.
True.
I think
Underdogs.
those two teams are very underdogs, and I'm sure if they were before the competition started and person would have predicted to them that you'll be in the semifinal, they would have grabbed that.
McGrath, second time in the semifinal.
Second time for McGrath. I
History.
think McGrath is doing a good job over there. Let's see how far they can reach. So now you're going to have both underdogs facing off in the semifinals unseen. So that's excitement.
Big excitement.
Big excitement. But let's look at the previous round. If you look at the previous round, OGI was in a tough situation. OGI had to beat Garvey Marcia
Right.
in order to qualify for the semi-final. And they came out with a 2-0 victory, which was a very good
I think it was
result for them.
dominant.
Yeah, they had total control. They had total control. The McGrath High team also came out with a 4-0 win over the Froome Technical High School. I think the Froome family would be very upset because the Froome family felt that they had a chance to be in the final or the semi-final based on their first match in the quarterfinals, how they competed against the favorite, Glenmuir. And for some reason, after that game, they had just faded away. And
I think it's all about recovery. I think that's where they feel, in my opinion, recovery. Get them back up to par. The performance they could have beat Glenmore and Glenmore were playing football in that game, Mr. Means. So for me, my judgment is recovery, not getting them ready and fit for the other games.
well, you make a valid point. In the other game, we had the Glenmuir High School, who I think is the favorites to win the DaCosta Cup, and they cruised past the St. Elizabeth Technical High School by 5 goals to 2. I think that was a comfortable win for Glenmuir High. What do you think about that result?
Yeah, comfortable win, defeating Stets, Rumbo, the Crocodile team. I think maybe Mr. Meeks, he needs to go somewhere else to work on get his career back on track. It doesn't look good right now at Stets.
Well, for the past few years, I think States has struggled when it comes to the business end of the tournament. And if you be truthful to yourself, even this year, they didn't have it their way this year in the first round, and they have managed to reach this far. So it's credit to Rambo still because Rambo was able to turn the fortunes of the team, push them to this semi quarterfinal round. Now they're in the Ben Francis, and I think they will take that competition serious and hopefully they can win that competition and start the mentality of winning titles again and then you will see the rise of St. Elizabeth Technical again. So
Yes.
let's watch and see what Monroe was a team after 17 years coming into this stage of the competition. I thought the Monroe team faded a bit. Maybe you would tell me it's because of
They have young players,
yeah, maybe it's
young
because of
players.
fatigue and
It
whatever.
can be young team.
Yeah, but
It's difficult to have a young team winning this competition.
so, but at the end of the day, they beat Central High. Central High was one of the top teams this year, and they beat Central High 3-1 easily. So Monroe will also compete for the Ben Francis. So it's a good look for the Ben Francis style for this year. We have Clarendon College also in it. We have Cornwall College in it. Now we have Monroe College and we have St. Elizabeth Technical in the Ben Francis. So it's good. It's an excellent look for the Ben Francis. Now, the teams that are through to the semi-final of the DaCosta Cup are Glenmuir, Garvey Marcia, Orchard High and Magrat High. Um,
The semifinal looks good.
Semifinals look good.
So we are now set, and we are in for some mouth-watering clashes, Mr. Meeks. First up, we have the Clarendon derby between Glenmore and Garvey Massey. All right, between this is a classic rivalry, and both teams are in top form. Glenmore's attacking power will go head to head with Garvey Massey. Solid defensive setup with Garvey Massey, solid defensive setup, who will come out and top in the battle of this heavyweight clash. Who will? That's a question.
I think my personal opinion. I think Glenmore should edge this. I think Glenmore should reach to the final. Um, I think Gabby Masia defensively they are solid, but I don't think defensive um, force is entitling to a title. I think you need a balanced team, and I think Glenmore is more balanced. So I'm expecting Glenmore to prevail at the end of the day.
Right. Then, Mr. Meeks, you have the underdog game, the underdog match. Magrad, I think Magrad knows what it takes already to reach this far. They played against a tough team in 2019 versus Clarendon College,
Clarendon College, yeah.
and they lost. This time around, I
But
think
they
it's
lost three
quite.
one.
Yes, I think this time, no, 3 love. I think this time
3-1.
around it is quite even. It's even between both teams. So, any team for me can take this one. I would love Magrat to get this one because of the affiliation with Charlemont in that group. So I know the players, know the coaches, and I would love to see Magrat do well. Peter King from Ochi, a good friend of mine, a good coach of mine, doing well. So I think, but I just clinging on to Magrat, Mr. Meeks. We're clinging on to.
Since you are going with Ochi, I will go with the Magra. Since you are going with the Magrat High, I will go with the Ochi team because of I tend to like what the Ochi High School team is trying to do. They're trying to put the ball down and they're trying to play positional based football, keep it circulating. You won't see them going direct and hoping. And I think they have one and two players. If you give them space, they will cause you problems. And I think at the end of the day, once the players are believing that philosophy and carry it out against Magrat, Magrat will hit you on that counter, hit you with that directness. I think the Ultras High physically is solid, physically strong. I think they will be able to deal with those long balls. So I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a possessional team versus a direct team. I tend to believe that the possessional team should edge it. So I'm going to give this edge to Ultra side.
So we're looking to see in the finals.
I'm looking to see Glenmere versus Ultra side.
That would be a big one for St.
Massive, massive,
Massive,
massive,
massive.
massive.
Let us switch our attention to the Manning Cup, Mr. Meeks.
Yeah.
Right? Just like the DaCosta Cup, this competition has had its fair share of drama and surprises. Yeah, in the quarterfinals. All right.
Yeah, the biggest
The
one
biggest
was
shocker was Mona out.
Mona.
Mona,
You tend to follow this Mona team very very consistently. Now, what do you think went wrong with this Mona team?
I think they're playing a lot of football. They're playing the JPL plus they're playing.
No, I'm
Um,
saying that's not an excuse because when you play the
no, it's no
JPL,
excuse. I'm just
when you
telling you
play
what
the
it is, what is
when you play
there.
the JPL, you can't play in another league until 6 matches after, 6 days after.
No, I
So
am not giving an excuse. I'm just telling you what has transpired. I am saying these players plays a lot of football. They were training, they were in Europe, they came back, they play in the high level JPL against Big Ben, Knox there, you know, training same way, coming back into the Manning Cup team, playing. So it's not easy. I understand when you say that they wait 6 games, but knowing Craig Butler, you train every day, you don't rest. You train morning, even they have lights at morning, you train in the nights. So I believe that you know the body needs some rest, and some of the players. And then if you look at some of the players, you have a top core of say around 14 players, and the others are just complementary players. So once those combination are misplaced, players getting yellow cards, players not there. And also the referee in the first game kind of, in my opinion, knocked the breath out of Monaco. They should have won that JC game. You know, unfair
yeah,
penalty
that's
call.
spilled milk. That's gone. And JC, Mona had the opportunity to redeem themselves 2 games back to back, and they lost both games. They lost to Tivoli and they lost to Kingston College. Let us be honest to ourselves. The loss that Mona lost against Tivoli was a big shot, but losing to Kingston College was not a big shot because Kingston College, our structure is there. They understand what they're doing. The players have potential. It wouldn't be an easy game regardless of Mona was clicking yes or no. It would be a dog fight, dog game.
True.
And at the end of the day, Mona fell short, and Kingston College needs to get their credit for what they have done. They have managed to pull off a 2-0 victory, and it wasn't a 2-0 victory where it was just a game where uh, Mona was just lying down and dead. Mona was fighting, but they just could not resist the Kingston College tornado that was sent there at them. And
I don't think so. I think Mona.
credit is due to where credit is due, and we have to big up the Kingston College team. The Kingston College team back was against the wall because they must win that game to go any further. And Mona was in the same position, and who failed? Mona buckled under the pressure. So
I don't subscribe to the part where me that Mona came on. Mona did not play in the game, play the ball in that uh,
that's
KC game,
up for debate.
in
But
my
let's
opinion.
move on to the
They,
Jamaica College game.
they underperformed. Anyway, Jamaica College, Mr. Meeks, masterclass, trashing Tivoli 4-0
No,
in a game that highlighted their title credential. Think that they can win the title this time around?
yeah, one thing I always tell persons, never you count out a Jamaica College team. Well, because Jamaica College spend money. Their preparation for the tournament is of top notch. They have a top notch coach, in my opinion,
Staff as well.
staff. They have all the credential to be title contenders. What will stop JC on the day is who is playing. What are the quality players that they have? And when you look at the JC players, those players are very established Maninco players. You
True,
have national representative on the team. You have good quality players.
true,
Once you get them to be functioning on the field, they will give any team problem.
true.
And they have shown themselves to be a team that in the critical moment they will rise. So JC is going to be a team to reckon with. Now you're going to look at JC St. Catherine.
Yeah, saying catching. I think a lot of people say that they went in the dressing room and talked with JC to get that job. And the exercise played out in a thrilling 3-3 draw in what was arguably the most entertaining match of the round.
That was an exciting match because it was St. Catherine lose, they would be out.
Yeah, because of that
Um,
draw game.
yeah. So that 3-3 draw, I think everybody was at the edge of their seat for that. So big up to St. Catherine. Um, many
I'm
people,
wondering, Mr. Meeks, if Campion had won that game, who would have go through if St. Catherine would have go through by the same way?
if
I think
Campion had won, it would be down to the goal difference.
yes,
How
and
much goal did St. Catherine score
I think St.
compared to how
Catherine
much
scored
they
two
score
on
against them?
St. Catherine scored two on Campion, and then they would have scored 3 goals if it has tied. If it tied to two, so it would be and two for either.
So
So it would go on to who scored the most
it
goal.
would be who
So
scored the most.
St. Catherine the win because they scored 3 plus 2
So,
5.
there you go. So St. Catherine did what they had to do. You know, many persons speak about St. Catherine being the favorites or one of the teams to be. I for some reason I think St. Catherine is just a little bit below the JC team, a little bit below the KC team. I can be wrong, but I'm expecting JC to win that semifinal.
Well,
So
that is
if
said to be a big
if
one.
if they actually collude and draw that game, somebody's going to regret that now.
I think so.
Somebody's
One
going
of
to
those teams going to regret it.
regret doing it now.
They did not know it would have reached like this.
Precisely.
They thought that St. Catherine would have won their group.
So it's going to come back
St.
to
Catherine
answer.
thought that they would win their group. They never know they will meet again like this.
Yeah. Finally,
So one of them have to go home,
one have to go.
right?
Finally, this Heidel team, the Heidel and the Campion team, is a 1-1 draw.
Mhm.
You know, last year when we were at Charlie, I remember we played that Campion team and beat them 1-0 in a practice game.
Right.
And I was
So
telling
1-0,
you,
2-0,
a 1-0 or 2,
2-0.
2-0. And I was telling you about these boys, these champion boys can play. And that same team came this year and they really give it a shot. I think because of some little hiccups here and there, they need to make it to the
Let me
semi-final.
say this: Champion is one of the best ball playing team in the Money Cup.
Sure.
Their build up from the back is superior, better than JC, better than a lot of these teams. I'm telling you, and I'm going to say it right. Champion coaches, you're the radar maker. All the coaches at Champion,
They will
Kingston,
do a
you're doing a
wonderful job.
wonderful job.
Wonderful
Getting
job.
these boys to compete against some of these established players who are playing in the Premier League, it's not something easy to do. And you outclass some of the players that we played against in the practice match. They made 40, 50, 60% improvement this season.
Mm.
What you do
So
that?
what do you think about the Heidel team? How do you think the Heidel team in going to the semi-final?
I think Idol is a pretty great team from last season. They were in the final last year. The coach knows what it takes. He's in the competition for over 20 odd years. He has an understanding of the Manning Cup. Um, he lost to KC 6 love, and he came out and said KC is not 6 scores better than him. And from that, the team pick up. Looked like he went to the whiteboard, not the blackboard, and he used the marker and talk to the boys and get the information to them that hey, you are a finalist and this is where you need to put in the work. It's else you're not going to make it. And I think that's the difference between an Idol and a Mona team. You know.
Yeah. So tell
So
the people them know the top four
so
for the
the top
money.
four for the Manning Cup is Jamaica College, Kingston College, St. Catherine I, and Idle I. So people, the Manning Cup semi-final are just as excited as the DaCosta Cup counterparts. Here's what we have to look forward to. In the first semi-final, Jamaica College will take on St. Catherine I. JC is well-eyed, a machine with a history of success in competition. But St. Catherine has shown they are not afraid of the big games. This one could go down to the wire.
So make a prediction and see the JC can catch it.
JC St. Catherine. You know, I will say I want JC to win, and the reason why I think St. Catherine got them to beat them in the round before the the quarterfinals did not take the opportunity, rest back based on what the coach said that he has the quarterfinals to play, so he's going to rest back and you know work for the draw. They had them to beat. They get opportunities. They should have taken. And for that, when you get a JC team to beat, you need to beat them and put them behind. So for me, I'm going with JC.
For me, I'm gonna go with St. Catherine. I'm just gonna go opposing you. I hope that the St. Catherine team can find that spot. Even though I think that the St. Catherine team is in terms of quality on and off the field, I think JC have the edge. But we know that in terms of football, that's not really important. Is what happened on the field. And I think hopefully, I'm hoping that St. Catherine can find a way to clinch that game and put themselves into the final.
Yeah, yeah. So we could look at the Kingston College and the Idle game, Mr. Meeks. Casey is riding on a high after knocking out Mona. Yeah, but Idle has proven to be a gritty team, tough opponent. Can KC star studded lineup under the pressure, or will Idle pull off an upset? Remember, Idle of
Actually,
the
this can go.
Barrett and
Yeah,
the
this can go
Keanu Jackson.
anywhere. This can go anywhere. This match can go anywhere. But I'm gonna say KC. I expect the Kingston College team to find a way to to pull this off. I think the Kingston College team is a quality team, quality unit, quality coaching staff, quality everything. Um, the Heidel team has history now in terms of their core values. They value sports a lot, so I think they have a lot of support behind them. But at the end of the day, I don't see Heidel having that clinical man in front of goal to really come up big. So I'm gonna stick with KC for this game.
So, who is going to
Who
make
you
it?
pick for the game?
Idle,
KC.
man.
Yeah?
Idle.
So you go with Heidel. Alright.
So, who is going to make it to the grand finals? I said Idle. Mr. Meek says KC. And he also says St. Catherine. I say Jamaica College and Idle to the final.
For me, I say Glenmuir versus Ultra High. St. Catherine versus Kingston College. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Here are some things to consider for the DaCosta Cup. Glenmore and Garvey Massey have the experience, but Ocherios and McGrath have the momentum. Will it be a battle of the giants, Mr. Meeks, in the final, or will we see one or even both underdogs make it through?
No, both underdogs can make it through. Remember, say both underdogs are going to play in the same semi-final
Oh, yes.
because I think Glenmuir won their zone and Ocherios has won the zone, so it's going to be first versus second.
But you could say Garvey Massey is underdog.
Government say it wouldn't be an underdog.
Why?
Government say it would be a big rank team in the context of the four teams. The two big teams in this context would be
Based on winning.
Glenmuir and Government.
Based on winning
Yeah,
titles.
so
You're right.
I think that. But let's go. So in the man in DaCosta Cup, we're going to see an underdog team in the final.
That's a must.
That's a must because both underdogs will play in the semi-final. I'm predicting Glenmuir and Ocherios side. You're predicting Glenmuir and McGrath high. But in the Manning Cup now, you have the Jamaica College, the Kingston College are both teams to be beaten. But St. Catherine and Hydale are not here to just make up numbers. They could roll over the traditional teams and put themselves into the finals
Make a
also.
twist, eh?
Yeah, that would be an ideal twist. I think the Dockers, the Manning Cup semi-final looks more competitive than the DaCosta Cup semi-finals.
That's true.
Many persons will say Jamie will walk through. Maybe for the footballing sense, maybe you don't want to say the big favorites just fall short for
Nah.
footballing sense. Eh?
No, I want to see the best team win. And for me, Glenmore is at least 20% better than all the other teams in the semi-final. That's just what NC Sports believe.
So you say there will be no twist this season.
No twist, Glenmore will win. Absolutely.
Well,
Can't see the principal of a football coach in Jamaica losing that final with that type of team, players that he has.
all
Right
right,
around the park, quality.
all right. So
Can change from tactics to tactics. Not every team can do that.
let's not forget
A
what is at
Magrat
stake here.
cannot change from the direct football to a possessive football.
Let's not forget what is at stake here. These competitions are not just for about trophy; they are about pride and history, and
Nah,
the chance for young players to shine on the biggest stage. Many of these athletes are dreaming of professional careers, and standout performance here could be their ticket to the next level. So it's going to be difficult now because remember, right now at a semi-final stage, it's not just about ability to play now and see. It's about the ability to control the nerves, control the pressure, and still perform under that circumstance.
that's true.
So let's see what's happening.
Closing remarks, Mr. Mix. There you have it, folks. Everything you need to know about the Costa Cup and the Money Cup semi-final. The stage is set, right?
Yes, it is.
And the excitement is building. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will falter under the pressure? Let us know your prediction in the comment section below. Will it be Glenmore or Garvey Massey
Will it be Ocherios High or McGrath High?
lifting the Costa Cup?
Will it be Kingston College or St. Catherine? Will it be uh, no? Will it be Jamaica College and St. Catherine and Kingston College and Hyde lifting the Manning Cup? Who will it be? It's anybody's guess.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to Unseen Sports TV and the Elfa Store Sports TV as well. For more updates on Jamaica football and other sports, stay tuned for a semi-final
Semi-final
analysis and, of course, coverage of the finals in December. Until then, people, pick up on yourself. The spirit is alive, and we are OUT out there.